Like, get his headphones for him if you don't mind. He comes there. He comes in like every time you come to Orlando, and we appreciate it. I love it. There you go.
There we go. Good. I love it. Yeah, but yesterday, I had a bad day the other day. I was trying to get a Taco Bell at this bank.
It was you too.
I said, give me a burrito and then I'm gonna make a deposit.
And it's always a Florida guy. Do you get the Florida stories in California too?
Florida stories are always the best for some reason. But you know what? I figured it out yesterday. I was talking to somebody, and it's because you guys are the one state that has everything. Yeah. Like California almost has everything. Yeah. But we don't have Cubans or Puerto Ricans.
Right.
That's true. And we don't have real rednecks. We have fake rednecks. We have the rednecks that couldn't cut it in real Redneckville.
Yeah. So I tried to tell them when I moved back, like there's a whole subculture of people there that pretend like they're white trash rednecks, but they're not. They have tons of money.
Correct.
So we got authentic rednecks here.
You got authentic
rednecks.
The
real deal, Poppy.
Yeah, like you guys have black people that would smoke weed and eat your face.
Right.
Like you literally have that. We have black people that'll smoke weed and just not move.
Yeah,
like that's what we have. We have like, what happened, man? I ain't gotten up in like 3 days, dog. I'm used to that old 1970s marijuana. This new stuff, it's like heroin. You know what I mean? Like we got those regular people. We don't have. Every time I did, actually somebody saw an episode of Mine and Mencia. Oh, and by the way, I want to throw it out there that in season 3 of Mine and Mencia, Stormy Daniels was on my show.
Oh,
I just want to throw that out there. I don't want to say anything about it.
That's the porn star.
I don't want to say anything about it. I don't want to. I was married, man. Nothing happened. I'm just saying. No, I'm kidding.
That's the porn star that was with the president, right?
Yeah. It was her.
Allegedly.
She was on the show.
No, not your show.
Allegedly with the president.
Oh, yeah.
We're just covering ours.
Oh, he banged her. Come on, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
I would be cool about that. I don't, whatever.
That's the of all the things he's done.
It's literally number 5 on the level of the crazy.
Not even number 5, bro.
Yeah, today.
But here's a great story.
Yeah.
So I think it was Friday, right, when the president said, why are we getting people from those SO countries coming?
Right.
And then he said El Salvador, Haiti, and Africa. So I'm at a convenience store. I live in Los Angeles, and I'm at a convenience store driving to Ontario, California to do a performance. I pull over to get some gas, and there's a guy from Mexico in front of me in line, and he gets an alert that says Trump said something bad about people from El Salvador.
Yeah.
So he gets really happy and goes, finally, now he's going to stop messing with Mexicans. Yes, El Salvador. And then, as luck would have it, dude, I'm serious, there's a guy from El Salvador in front of him in line.
Oh, what?
So he turns around and he's like, why would you say that? And he goes, well, I'm just happy he's not messing with us. You can't blame me for that. And the Salvadoran was like, but we didn't do nothing. That's not fair. And listen, I'm not. I wish that the guy behind the counter was not an Indian,
Right, but bam,
because it makes it sound like a joke.
Like a joke, like you made it up.
Yeah, but then the guy behind the counter is like, "What is going on? What is going on?" And I'm like, "Why am I not recording this?"
So look what he's doing to us, man.
So the guy behind the counter is like, "What happened? What is going on?"
Yeah.
And the Mexican's like, "Well, Trump has been messing with our people, and now he's messing with El Salvadorans, and I'm just happy he's not messing with us." And the Salvadoran goes, well, I don't understand. We're both Latinos. And then the Hindu guys, this was the coolest thing I've heard in years. The Hindu guy looks at both of them and he goes, do you two honestly believe that Donald Trump knows the difference between El Salvador and Mexico?
No, that's a pretty good point.
That was a great point.
Absolutely right.
I was like, this dude is awesome.
Wow.
Carlos, but you mentioned something
That's
that most people that aren't Latino don't understand.
Yeah.
What?
That there is classism, there's levels to being Latino.
Oh, yeah, I know this because I'm from Honduras. Yeah. I'm on the bottom of that totem pole. Thank you very much.
So, like, we all get caught up in that stuff growing up and everything.
Sure.
But meanwhile, white people are looking at us going,
it's all the same.
You guys are all the same, aren't you?
Yeah,
all the same.
but I look at it, I look at all this stuff, from a different perspective, right? Like, our president's a little racist. I could say that. I don't hate him. I don't want him to be impeached. He's a little racist. And I said that the other day, and a bunch of people called into the radio station. How dare you say that? I'm like, are you seriously shocked that a 70-year-old white man is racist? Right. Seriously?
Come on. Have you not talked to your own father or mother?
Like my dad is racist. Like my sister likes black guys, and every time she'd bring a new black, he'd be like, I didn't come here so you could be with them. Like, really, dude? Like, really? Like, their kids might play basketball, Dad. Like, look on the bright side.
Think of the marketing.
I know, dude. But you know what? The prospect of somebody from Norway scrubbing my toilet.
Of all the countries, Norway.
That's not a bad. I would like that.
Yeah, I would love it.
We do need more Norway people here, I guess, so we know what they look like. Because I really can't even tell you what it looks like.
I have no
exactly
idea.
like you, Russ.
Oh, come on.
Except maybe blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
No, they look more like her, but for real. You know what I mean? Like, they look more like that, but for real. You know what I mean? Not taking a dig.
It's okay.
Not
you know
taking
what?
a
You
dig.
can take all the digs you want. I am happy I'm white. I am happy about that.
I would be happy too.
Yeah.
I would
It's
be
a good
happy
thing.
too. Yes, it is. And I just wish that everybody would understand it. Everybody's freaking out, and I just don't get it, man.
I don't get into it, man. I just can't.
She doesn't pay attention at all.
Nothing.
no?
Oh,
I
zero.
don't watch any of it.
Head in the
I have
sand.
no idea. Head in
Really?
the sand. It's not affecting my.
Her work doesn't get affected by it at
All she cares about are alligators and crocodiles
There you
and
go.
snakes. She works
That's
at
it.
Gatorland, and she's a
I
wrestler.
like Gatorland. I did a segment at Gatorland.
Oh, you did? Safest place to be right now? Away from all the humans, and just it's safer to be with a crocodile right now than it is with another human being.
She talks to the reptiles.
You know what? I agree with you though.
Yeah?
Because those animals are predictable. Like I like animals because they're predictable, and I get it.
Yeah.
The problem with America is what we've lost sight of is that what's ruining this country is that we have more stupid people per capita than any other country in the world.
think so.
Because unlike other countries, we care about idiots and we pass laws to save them from themselves. That's true. Do you know what I mean? I think it's the same in your state. If you guys open up a business and you put a fence around the perimeter and barbed wire on top of the fence, you actually have to put a sign somewhere that says barbed wire on top of the fence.
So they don't hurt themselves.
Yeah. Because we want to save the idiot who's going to break in and steal your stuff. That's the dumbass we want to save.
Carlos, we had a guy.
By the way, Carlos Mencia is here. He's going to be at the Improv all weekend. I want new listeners. I want to know that he's here. And by the way, I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, dude, I love it.
You're one of the big stars that you don't have to come in and promote.
I gave somebody a heart attack last night.
Oh, really?
What?
Legit gave somebody a heart attack last night.
How's that?
So I'm performing, and then
you were at the Improv last night?
Yeah, last night I did a show, and I was doing some stuff because next week I'm actually doing a special. So I was trying to figure out what the special was. So I did it for an hour and 15 minutes, and I'm like, okay, that's a special. Excuse me. Then I said, all right, let's do some other stuff if you want. They said, yeah. And I was doing some jokes, and I see a guy that was in the back kind of stumble toward the front on an empty seat.
Yeah.
And he sits down in the empty seat, and he looked a little discombobulated, and then little by little he got better. Well, after I go, what happened to you, dude? And he opens up his chest, and he has a defibrillator, and he goes, I have an arrhythmia problem sometimes, and you made me laugh so hard, my heart started beating erratically.
Oh, wow.
And I got shocked because it's a defibrillator, and that's why I was stumbling to the front. It was
That's a badge
he
of honor.
stumbled to the front, and I had to sit down, and my
the
brain
best
goes a
compliment.
little bit. And I was like, oh my God, I legit killed somebody.
Killed, dude.
I was so funny, I killed somebody,
That's
but
a new
his
concert t-shirt.
pacemaker woke him back up.
That is the greatest story
That
ever.
is so awesome,
You
right?
gotta make a video with him and make him laugh and let it go off. And make him
Yeah.
laugh and let it go off.
Watch him.
Do it.
Look, he
You're
just
so
died.
cruel. I didn't
That's
do it on
awesome.
purpose.
Yeah, Angel, question for Carlos Mencia, who will be at the Improv all weekend long.
No, I was going back to how we protect the dumb and the idiots here.
Yeah.
Our state is one of the states where business owners set up a booby trap in his business because it was getting robbed, and he went to jail for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's my point. That's we like. Okay, so here's the difference between in other countries, if a kid swallows a toy, the next day they don't have to make all toys that look like that.
Yeah.
Have a little sign that says harmful if swallowed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
just
In
lose some
Africa,
kids.
they just go, why was he drinking this toy? And that's it. No one is supposed to eat the toy, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Well,
They don't have helmet laws in Honduras where I was born. They don't have helmet laws.
No.
I legit saw somebody have an accident, and I saw his head hit the sidewalk, and the brain splattered everywhere. And everybody just went, "Wow, he was going too fast." Like that was it, bro. That was it. He was going too fast. Nobody thought about passing a law. Nobody thought about saving
and
him.
Honduras is doing great. You know, they're doing wonderful.
They're okay. They're not the greatest country in the world.
And like
sadly, I got to tell you, I don't even know where Honduras is. I can't tell you where it is on the map.
Of course.
Mr. Trumpet's right next to France.
Where is Honduras?
Honduras is, so there's Mexico, and then there's Belize, Guatemala, and El Salvador, which are kind of bordering each other.
Okay.
And then right below it is Honduras.
Central America.
So it's in the middle of Central America.
And you were born there.
I was born there.
And what year did you come to the United States?
I came here in 1968. I think I was like 7 or 10 months old.
Oh, really?
I'm the 17th born of 18 kids.
You're a dreamer.
No, thank God I'm not. But my parents had 18 kids.
That's right.
Yeah, they had a shackle to a bed.
I thought you were one of those comedians that had
that story's crazy, isn't it? Oh my God! They found out more about that this morning.
I haven't read up on it afterwards.
They would
I
buy
don't even know
food.
the story at
Did you
all.
hear about that? They would buy the food.
That's what I was going to tell them.
Oh my God!
Savannah hasn't heard the story.
Go ahead.
Savannah,
You got to hear this.
There's a family of 13 kids, right? And they're all, some of them chained to the bed, and the parents would buy pie and eat pie in front of the kids,
taunting them
as they're starving to death.
Yeah,
they're crazy.
Where's that
They
at?
were so malnutritioned,
California,
that a lot of the kids actually have like learning disorders now and suffer from mental problems because they didn't eat enough.
So I will tell you, Carlos Mencia, I did say yesterday, anyone that has over like 6 kids is crazy nutty. I hate to say that because I know that your family had 18.
Well, let me tell you, it's the opposite in my family, and I don't want to trust me, bro. I don't want to sit here and defend my parents, but the difference was we were lottery tickets. That's the difference. See, we were, so my mother had her first 3 boys. And as soon as they became like 10, 11, and 12, they started working. Mm-hmm. So then she figured, I could just keep having more kids and cycle them through.
Yeah.
So as soon as they got to 13, my sisters would work, I would work. Like we all would work and give back to the family. And it became like a family thing. Yeah. Which sounds awesome unless you're me. And you make it, and you make money. Yeah. And then you have 18, right? You have 17 brothers and sisters, a mother and a father that are just leeching on you, bro. Leeching. And, you as soon as you get on TV, everybody's like, we made it. We made it. It's like, no, we didn't make it. I made it. What is this we thing?
¿Por qué? ¿Tú estás en TV?
Well, because here's the thing. But here's what sucks. They did help me out, but the reciprocity isn't the same. So I'll give you an example. When I first started doing stand-up, my brother brought me in 1978 Chevy Camaro. Okay.
All right. Nice.
So me and my brother, this is how old it was in 1978. He gave it to me in 1990 something.
Oh, okay. All right. That's
and it was not well taken care of. So me and my younger brother, Albert, are driving down from Los Angeles as it's raining to a gig in San Diego. Everything's rolled up. It's raining. We start getting sleepy in the car. And I'm going, dude, do you smell that? And he goes, yeah, it smells sweet. And then I went, oh my God, that's exhaust. So we open the windows and we're getting rained on. We pull over because at the time there's no cell phones. I call my brother and he goes, I forgot to tell you, you have to drive with the window down because the exhaust comes in. I'm like, are you serious?
If there's anything you should have told me.
So that same brother and my sister who bought that car for $250 and went halfers on it.
Oh.
Years later.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Now they want a car. But I can't get them a 1980, 1990. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, they want a brand new.
I got to get them a nice car.
Yo quiero un Tesla. Yo quiero un Tesla.
Exactly. My dad now wants a Tesla. Because okay, so here's what happened. My dad is an old school dad. Yeah. And he has a car that I keep telling him, take it to Midas. But he has to drive it really hard with his right hand because if he lets it go, it goes to the left. So we're in the car and he's holding on tight and he looks and there's a guy in a Tesla talking with his hands completely open. And my dad goes, he's not driving. I go, that's a Tesla, Dad. That car drives itself. From that point on, why are you making me drive? Why do I have to drive? My car goes to the left. The only thing I can do is let it go and change lanes. Why am I driving? I'm like, dude, I told you to take it to Midas. No, you're not a good son. Why would you do this to your father? So now I got to buy him a Tesla because he doesn't want to drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's probably only human nature, but do you have some brothers and sisters that you're close to and some with 18 and some that you really don't
there's
like?
ones that you like more than the others.
Oh, I don't like any of them.
Oh, really?
I'm going to throw it out there. I don't like any, I love my family. That's the difference. I'll do anything for them.
Sure.
Legit do anything for them.
Yeah.
But as far as hang out with, you don't have any the look on your face.
The look you gotta see.
You don't have any to hang with?
Let me put it to you this way. You know how I said earlier, my younger brother? I call him my younger brother. He says he's my younger brother. But he's legit my cousin, my first cousin, whose father abandoned them, and we just became really close.
Oh, okay.
So he's the only brother I like hanging out with, but he's not really.
Technically not really.
You always have random family members.
Everybody else, and this hit me. I think it was about 15 years ago, maybe 20. I'm sitting at a dinner table with legitimately hundreds of people that are all my family.
Yeah.
All my brothers and sisters are there. We're having the best time, and I remember looking around, going, "Wow, I would do anything for you guys, but." If you weren't my family, I would never choose to hang out with you.
Right.
Like, that would never be a thought that crosses my mind.
And
I want to hang out with you.
And that's a reality with a lot of family.
It
you
is.
look at them and like, I really wouldn't be talking to you if it weren't for we're related. Yeah,
legit. But it's okay because it's family and
family.
I get it. And I like they're as good as they're bad.
Hey, where did you when Carlos Mencia, when you started doing stand-up comedy and stuff? Where did you hit big first? Was it in America? Was it in Mexico? Was it in Honduras?
I don't even know because I did do stuff in Mexico. I think that when, the first thing I ever did, it was probably people of Mexican descent that live in America. Because I won Star Search in Spanish in 1991.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was called, it was Star Search, but in Spanish it's Buscando Estrellas. And I
was
I did that in Spanish.
Was Ed McMahon on it? Or
Ed McMahon was a producer on it but he couldn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, and I'm
so
not
they
going down there.
hired Spanish people to do it. And yeah, so that was the first time I ever, did it. But it was weird because those people don't pay to go see, well, even at that time, they really didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't pay to go see you perform.
Yeah.
So I thought I made it, but I'd go to comedy clubs and nobody knew who I was. I'd go to these markets called Vallarta, which are for the Mexicans, and there everybody would be like, hey, tell a joke. I was like, no, this is not working for me, man. This is not good. I don't like it.
Was that the 80s or 90s?
This was early 90s. And then right after that, I had a local show on KTLA Channel 5 in Los Angeles called Comedy Compadres that I hosted. And then I got popular in LA. And then from that point on, it just was gradual, you know what I mean? Everything would go. It was awesome. It's been a fun ride.
We had a guy come in here a couple weeks ago, and he's a Mexican wrestler, and he was really big. His uncle was Mil Mascaras, who was
Mil Mascaras.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mil Mascaras means 1,000 masks.
Yeah. Okay.
So you know how back in the day they would take off your mask?
Yeah.
So he was one where they would take off his mask, and then he had another mask.
Gotcha.
It was like a joke. Hey, look, another one. It was so stupid.
He said he was really popular in Mexico, but then he was also popular with the drug cartel people, and they would come to the matches and stuff. And he's got to be cool with everybody.
I have done those shows.
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, you talked about it last time.
Yeah, I've done shows for cartels, and I've done shows for the mafia, and now I've done shows for the cartels.
Who was more fun?
They both seem like a fun group.
Italians were more fun.
Yeah.
Because they were more movie-like.
You get over here.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They felt more movie-like because I've seen, we've all seen the Italian movies where, and there's
Sopranos.
There's a little funniness to it. There's a humor to it. This guy, that stuff. It was cool.
But the Mexican,
Mexican, there's no funny movies about Mexican and Colombian cartels.
Yeah.
They just laugh and then stop laughing and somebody dies. There's no in between.
Yeah,
bro.
Narcos is not a comedy.
So that was very, very weird.
Were you nervous to try to make
these guys
all I
did was, I'm just going to make fun of every other group of people.
But them.
No Mexicans and no, I didn't do any Mexican jokes and I didn't do any Colombian jokes.
Which one's got the biggest pop, the biggest laugh? Have you made fun of the white people or black people? Or who got you their biggest laugh?
You want me to tell you the joke that got the biggest applause break?
I damn sure do.
Here's the joke that got the biggest applause.
Okay.
Is when I said, I don't understand why everybody gets mad at you guys. You guys are just business guys. If it wasn't for white people in America doing that much cocaine, you guys wouldn't have a job. That's what I'm talking about. Dude, it was like literally minutes of them going, this guy.
It's funny because it's true.
You see? You better do that joke on your next special.
It was barely a joke, right?
It wasn't even a joke. It was something that I knew would get a reaction.
Yeah.
But it just it was so huge.
That is funny.
And the irony of it was I say that, right? Exactly what I say. I say that. And everybody starts laughing. And as the laughs start dying down, everybody starts doing toots and blow. While they're making fun of the white people. Those white people. You know?
Like that joke reminds me to do some coke.
All right, listen, we got to do a little business. Can you stick around?
Yeah.
Carlos Mencia is here. He's going to be at the Improv all weekend long. You can check all this out live right now. If you go to monsters.fm, we're live on our YouTube channel. So please subscribe to that and check it out. Also, too, in about 2 minutes, you're going to get an opportunity to win $1,000. You just text the keyword to 200-200, and you could win $1,000. We'll be back with Carlos Mencia. You're listening to the Monsters in the Morning.
To win $1,000 is just minutes away on Real Radio 104.1 from the David Moss Chevrolet Traffic Center.
Still looking at a stop-and-go ride heading east on the beach line from a crash taking up 2 right lanes right near the airport toll plaza.
I would ask him about Chappelle talking about him in the last special.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, he did. He mentioned him about, when I was gone, I had other people doing my show.
Oh.
Right. We're still live. Good. We're still live. Okay, cool.
Anything you want me to bring up, to promote, or to...
No.
Just the show?
Yeah, I'll call you guys in a couple months when I'm going to do release a special.
So, okay, cool.
Jeff?
Awesome.
Can you cool down the audio? Okay, so this is what you do. Pull down the audio for the rejoin. It'll still have the video going. And then when the audio's done, he'll do a quick rejoin.
I mean,
Angel.
Busy. Yeah, really busy.
Okay,
really
so
busy.
he'll do the rejoin, and then the second the rejoin is back up,
one special
then you pull it back up.
week, and
So
I'm
that way
shooting
it doesn't
another
trigger.
special at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And I have about, right now, 3.5, maybe even 4 hours of material. So I got to figure out what to get rid of. It's like people think it's easy. It's not.
Oh, dude, I bet.
It's so hard.
And I've been seeing, so you shoot it 4 different times, and then you kind of piece together the best stuff, like some of them do?
What you do is, you one show is a skeleton.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One show's a skeleton. Because now we knew you were going to do it, so we went down and got it.
Yeah.
And then you got to pull from that one. But it's just, what you have to do is do 2 shows that are almost exactly the same.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you want the same tempo, the same rhythm.
Yeah.
But you can't because the audiences are
Sure,
different.
and you're going to have to play that a little bit more.
So that's when the editing stuff becomes weird.
It is pretty far behind, which actually, I think I'm behind a little bit. Hold on.
So that shouldn't be that far behind. Yep.
Okay,
You know what you guys do? I don't have it with me, but you guys should get a. It's called
It's going through that system right there, and then basically show Carlos what we got.
What is it? The OBS or what? What system are you doing?
No, it's called Slick Studio.
Oh, Slick Studio.
Yeah.
Does Slick actually allow you to hook in 360-degree cameras?
Yeah.
That's badass. Like
Yeah,
I do
we
that.
tried it.
I have a Theta that I could go live in,
Yeah.
and it would just be right here, and it would capture the whole room.
Now you can zoom in with that. You can go into.
You can zoom in, or you can. Well, it depends, right?
We tried it, right?
So if you do it with YouTube, or you can only do it on YouTube and Facebook. But the weird thing, so if you're on your phone, right, and I'm looking at you, and then he talks, I could go like that, and it'll go to him.
Yeah.
Or you could just go like this, and spin it, and you can zoom in if you want.
Yeah, we tried it.
But it allows you to do it.
The thing like this.
It works. It's just a lot of people don't know how to do it. So they're like, I can only see one person, you know.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, move your phone. Okay, there it is. You know what I mean? Whatever.
We actually got these. We run around a lot, and but yeah, we saw that was actually pretty cool. But we just got this going from in the beginning or mid-December.
Yeah.
And because do you have a podcast as well?
And I shoot it live.
Oh, cool.
But my studio is not enclosed.
Yeah.
It's like a 3-wall studio. So I can't shoot a 360-degree camera.
Gotcha, yeah.
Because you're going to see nice studio and then, like, what the fuck is all that shit back there? You know what I mean? It's like a closet of nastiness. Yeah, so it's weird like that, but it's all good.
There's more people watching right now than there was when we were filming.
I know, it's funny. But we'll hit it up when we go, come back.
Well, it takes people a while to realize what's going on, man. They're slow.
But you know what? For all you guys listening,
they know.
It's better. This is better stuff to listen to.
Exactly, yeah.
For you guys know, because this is the stuff that you can't say on the radio. It's
No
much
doubt,
better.
yeah.
All the time. Sometimes you keep it quiet, but it's always better. It's real.
yeah.
The bad part about it is forgetting.
Yeah. You're just on phone audio right now.
I know, I love it.
Through one of the phone mics.
You guys.
See what this thing does is it throws its own Wi-Fi out and all that stuff and shares all the phones.
God, why do I look like I gotta stand up tall? But when I do, I feel like I'm sticking my boobs out.
Huh?
Yeah.
Let me see what it looks like. Hang on. I don't like
You know,
it.
there were
Car Black, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMCs on East Colonial Drive, 1 block west of Lafayette. They have some great incentives right now to move the 2017 models that are on the lot. I talked to my buddy Omar Rodriguez the other day. He was showing me all the stuff that GM does to give you incentives to buy those 2017 models. You can save a lot of money now at Car Black, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC on East Colonial Drive, 1 block west of Lafayette. Make sure you mention that Russ Rollins the Monster sent you. Real quick rejoin, like you don't have to play music long at all.
Are an iHeart radio station.
Hey, Pinkman here to tell you why I love our iHeartRadio app. It has all your favorite music, all of your favorite stations, all for free. You can download the app in your app store on your phone or listen online at iHeartRadio.com. You can catch live radio stations from across the country, including Real Radio 104.1. iHeartRadio has over 20 million songs from 800,000 different artists. That's our iHeartRadio app, or you can listen free online at iHeartRadio.com.
Your shot at $1,000 is now. Text the nationwide keyword CASH, C-A-S-H, CASH, to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply. That's CASH, to 200-200. Go get them. Hey, welcome back to the Monsters in the morning on Real Radio 104.1. Remember, all day long, your opportunity to win. Guest is Carlos Mencia, who comes in almost every time in Orlando. We appreciate it.
Always.
How you doing, man?
I am awesome, man. I'm feeling good. I'm really excited about this.
Tell us your problems.
I have none.
I'm just kidding.
You know what?
I do have a 7-month-old, which you know.
my God,
so
why?
I have an 11-year-old and a 7-month-old, and I was home free. I was home free, bro. 8 years left on my sentence, and I tacked on another.
Man.
I tacked on another 8, bro.
The 11-year-old at 11, I can't remember. Is that a difficult age or not?
Well,
11.
Nah, he's a little puss. So.
Oh,
You know what I mean? He's a little.
He still
he's a
loves
cool
daddy
little
and everything.
sweet boy. Yeah, he
You
he
wouldn't
doesn't
catch him.
challenge me. I don't. Yeah.
You wouldn't catch him eating those Tide Pods or anything like that. Have you seen that where like
Yeah.
teenagers are eating the Tide Pods?
Nah, he doesn't do that. The only thing he does is when he gets excited, he touches nether regions, and it's a little weird.
Yeah, little
He gets
boys
excited
do
and
that.
he starts rubbing it in. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, bro?
I've noticed that my
You're
nephews.
11, dude. You can't.
Have you tried it, Dan? It's not that bad.
You know what's funny? I learned it from you, Dad.
Yeah,
I learned it from you.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, you know, it's like, why would you take this on?
Now, do you do a lot of like the feeding at night sometimes, and do you change the diapers?
I do the diapers.
You do?
Yeah, I'll do the diapers. I don't feed him because she only breastfeeds.
Yeah.
But I'll feed him like when she's not around, and then she's got milk that she pumped and stuff.
That pump. She has one of those electric pumps.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a pain in the ass.
So sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night here, and I'm like, what is? And then it's like getting milk out of her. It's weird.
It is a weird thing.
She's cheating with RoboCop.
RoboCop.
but it's been fun. It's been fun.
So were you a little excited, but then a little like, oh man?
I wanted a girl for her because she's like, she works in wardrobe. She dresses other people for a living.
Sure.
She loves doing this. So I thought, if it happens, it happens. And when she got pregnant, I was like, I hope it's a girl. And then it was a boy. And, but on the inside, I'm happy because girls are a pain in the ass, dude. Girls are a pain in the ass from the beginning.
I found it the other way around. I did not find it that way. Yeah, my daughter was absolutely perfect. Really, I can't even think of her getting in trouble ever. It's my son that was, a little more rambunctious, but
rambunctious. Yeah, but like girls, especially, they're more emotional than boys.
Yes,
boys don't have that same emotion. Boys are just like uncomplicated. Like, I want to play on a computer and you won't let me play on the computer,
Right.
Girls are like, oh my God, you won't let me play on the computer because you don't love me. And you're like, whoa, why don't you just want to play on a computer? Why did it turn into this other thing? They're much more complicated. Like, my brothers never beat me. Every one of my sisters did something horrible to me. One of them made me eat a roach. One of them made me eat a praying mantis. One of them made me eat a grasshopper.
Damn, they have a fetish.
That's a lot of protein.
The other one stabbed me with a fork because I got up earlier than her, and we had one TV, and she wanted to watch Soul Train because she loved black guys.
Oh, that's the one.
That's the one. So she stabbed me with a fork.
You should have known then, right?
Dude, I should have
Soul Train
learned.
again?
Dude, she was the one. She loves black guys.
Hey, I want to remind everybody, Carlos Mencia is here. He's going to be at the Improv all weekend long, and you can catch us live right now if you go to monsters.fm. We're live on our YouTube stream. Are you big into social media? Because you've made it big before social media hit. You were a comic that was already established.
I've maintained, but now I got to get into it. I was telling him it's just a beast.
Oh, I know.
It's a beast. You got to figure out what you want, put more stuff on there, then they like it, then So I'm going to start doing some segments, right? One of them is this guy, he's a big fan, and he loved this thing I used to do called Judge Carlos. And he's like, why don't you keep doing those? I like that. There's so many cases out there that Judge Carlos could fix. So so we're going to start doing that, and he has, we're going to shoot it for the internet.
Cool.
And
that's good.
Everywhere I go, people always, like every single city I go to, it happens everywhere. For some reason, people want to tell me where's the best Mexican restaurant. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but everywhere. Yesterday, I was like, have you been to the Mexican place? And they're like, why would you think I want Mexican? I'm from Honduras. Right. It was like, well, what part of Mexico is Honduras? I'm like, okay, let's
that's a white guy mistake, because I probably would have done the same thing. No, and with no offense.
No, I don't take it. I don't get offended. It's the same. See, you know what I mean? It's the same. So I'm going to get into it, but it's tough. It's like a commitment. I waited until I wanted to be excited about jumping in, because if not, you're just putting up stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hate seeing those guys.
Yeah.
Like, they come to radio stations and you're like, how's it going? Good. Hey, man. And then all of a sudden you turn around. I'm right here with Carlos Mencia. What's up, Carlos Mencia? Say hi to everybody, Carlos Mencia. I'm live. And I'm like, dude, I don't.
Well, we're doing the same thing to you.
You might be in the wrong room.
I think you were describing me.
At least it's here. But you guys are here. I'm talking about when you just go somewhere, you know what I mean?
And all they care about is that.
Yeah, where you go, bro, I haven't seen you in forever.
Exactly.
We're at the airport. Where are you going? I'm going here. You're going there. Correct. Dude, what's been up? And you turn around and he's like, I'm here at the airport with Carlos Mencia. And all I can hear when they do that is the voice of that guy that used to do the Supercross on Sundays.
Sunday.
That guy. That's all I hear is like, hey, everybody, Sunday. Be Carlos Mencia.
Well, you know what it does? It reminds you that you're just a product to them.
Correct.
It reminds you you're just a thing to get hits for them.
Correct.
And that sucks. Yeah.
And it's like they're using
your friendship.
Correct. It's not like they're sharing. It's not like, hey, millions of fans, go check out Carlos. It's like, hey, 25 fans, look at this guy with 500,000 fans.
Right.
And I'm very cognizant of that. I think about it. That's why I keep plugging your gig. And
right.
I know we're
I get it. I don't. It doesn't. It just bothers me when it's not at the right place.
Sure. Yeah. When's the right place?
The right place
Yeah,
is.
when's the right place? Next break?
Because she's ready. She's ready. She is ready.
You want me to send you to my fans?
Well, I was thinking we could kind of share.
We could do it, but just don't be pissed off.
Yeah, she's up to 50 fans.
It's going to be a bunch of Latinos talking about your breasts and wanting to bend you over. That's all you're going to get.
Yeah, she already been to a couple of places.
Those are already my people.
That's all you're going to get. I'm just saying.
Hey, Carlos, so you've already been to Gatorland before?
Yeah, we shot a segment there because I was gonna do a show for the Travel Channel, and it was slated to go. It was before the one on CNN with Kamal Bell.
Yeah,
and then this happens all the time in Hollywood. Everything was a go. They bought 13 episodes. And then the president changed.
And then I'm going to put my mark on this.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, everything's a halt. Everything, no, we're not going to do that. I'm like, they already like, that was so annoying, bro.
Right.
But you can't take that personally, So you just, so we did segments in a bunch of places here, and one of them was at Gatorland.
Oh, nice.
And I acted like I eaten Gator for the first time, but
does that ever get to see the light of day, or do they own that and it will never get to see the light of day?
They own it, and it won't get to see the light of day because we only did one episode, and even though they told us they wanted 13, we never signed a contract, so they were able to get out of the contract.
Damn it, man.
And even if they did have a contract, I would let them out of it.
Yeah.
Because you can't have that reputation. Hollywood's really small, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's really small, and you don't want people going, oh man, that guy, he wouldn't give us our money back. So you just, you want to play nice with everybody. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't have Harvey Weinstein kind of power. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't have that kind of power. I don't. It's not
want
me.
a gig.
Hey,
Yeah.
what do you think about that whole movement that's going on right now? Has it affected you in any way?
It has because I'm really afraid. I've been taking pictures with fans for at least 15 years before and after shows. Like if you go tonight and get tickets, you'll see that there's a thing called VIP. Well, the VIP means that before the show, you come to the green room, we hang out for a minute, you get to meet me, I sign your stuff.
Cheese, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we take pictures.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm afraid to take pictures because I don't want to get Al Frankened.
Yeah, or Spacey.
And I I know. Well, dude, come on.
That was a little bit more.
He grabbed people. That was legit.
Or Aziz Ansari'd now. That story.
Aziz Ansari, but that was
another one. That's more on the Franken side.
Yeah, because he didn't like.
The nonverbal cues.
Yeah, like what is a nonverbal cue?
Yeah. We've all gotten them.
Yeah, that's what you feel before you're like, okay, well, she's gonna the next thing will be cool.
Right.
You gotta get a couple nonverbals.
Here's legit. Okay, so we were. My friend was reading the girl's account. I was driving, and my sister was in the back seat, and Cisco was in the back seat.
Yeah.
So as he's reading it, Cisco's going, "Damn, this dude is persistent."
Right.
And the girl's going, "Dude, that's a little rapey." And I went, "Okay, that's the disconnect.
That's the disconnect.
That's the disconnect. For you women, it's like it's rapey. Why would you do that?"
Yeah.
And for us, it's like, wait a minute, you're naked.
You're doing stuff.
Because, okay, and I'm down. I have 11 sisters. I just cannot say that this man took advantage of her when he's naked. And according to the story, he gets his two fingers and points down to his crotch. And then she goes down and does it.
Yeah.
Like at no point
That's
in
a
that
nonverbal
story,
gesture from
right, did I go, wait a minute. As a matter of fact, when he didn't even ask for it, he just pointed and she did it.
I didn't know that move worked, to be honest with you.
Man,
the double point.
Mind of Mencia was not that big of a hit. You know what I mean?
How do you say please with your fingers? Pretty please.
But that's ballsy, bro. That's a ballsy
That is,
move,
that's
bro.
after winning your Golden Globe. And speaking of Mind of Mencia, I knew I was going to see you. Dave Chappelle just did a new stand-up, mentioned your show.
Now, here's the interesting thing.
Did you mention the show?
I've gotten both right. Some people said, like, oh, he wasn't talking smack. Other people were like, oh, he kind of was talking smack. I didn't know which one it was.
It was basically, he did it earlier in his other stand-up, when it was more of that's the one part I saw Chappelle a little bitter at. He said other people have been doing my shows, like Mind of Mencia, Amy Schumer, and Key and Peele. So he mentioned you with the best of the best, obviously.
Sure.
But so he's inferring that you took his idea and did it in a way.
Well, okay, so a little bit that bothers me is like, before his show, there was a Richard Pryor show.
Sure.
Before
Flip Wilson.
After that show, Flip Wilson. There was also In Living Color, which I was on as well. So to assume that like every derivative of a show of that kind
that was urban
is his idea is it's not cool to the others. Not to me. To me, it's different. So when I got picked, my show got picked up, which was a year before I went on the air. This is what I heard from Comedy Central. We have two great things. Which one do you want to hear first? I'm like, whichever one. They're like, okay, your show is picked up. I said, there's something better than that?
Yeah, right.
They said, yeah, we want you to be a companion show to Dave Chappelle. So we want you to go on after the #1 show on all of cable television.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
So I am just tripping. Are you kidding me? I get to go on after. So the mandate of my show was don't do any material in any way that we think or you think would be Dave Chappelle. So if you watch Mind Mencia season 1 and 2, there are no sketches.
Oh,
there are no sketches.
Wow.
We do live stuff. We do stuff that kind of looks like a sketch, but there are no real sketches. And the ones that we do have no production value whatsoever because we were told you can't do that. So imagine me excited. I get to go on after the best show. There will be no comparisons. This is just him, and he's going to tag me in?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, we're in production, and they go, he's AWOL. We don't know. So you can't go on. There's no shows of his. He was supposed to be producing them. He's not doing it. He's somewhere else. So we're going to move you from Thursdays, which is his show, and put you on Wednesdays with South Park.
Yeah.
And then you'll go with South Park.
That's pretty good, man.
And so if you watch season 1 of Mind Mencia, the first episode, it's a white background like the Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
It's two mariachis playing acoustic like the Chappelle Show. And they come out and they go,
That's right. That's right.
Of Mencia. And I come out and I go, no. That's not what I do.
Yeah.
This is what I do. And then a hard rock thing kicks in and things come in because I had to like say, look, I'm not.
I remember that.
Because as soon as Mind Mencia was slated to go out, people don't understand. My show was done a year ago. So they were like, who is this Beaner replacing this guy? What is this all about?
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? I want him back. I was going to be on. What are you talking about? We were going to do a threesome. And now I'm masturbating alone. What is wrong with you people? Like,
yeah, you missed him. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I missed him so much. So as far as what he was saying in that respect, it doesn't apply to my show.
Interesting, man. You know,
because that's not the way it was supposed to be.
I'm glad you explained that.
Yeah, but
really interesting.
It hurt me.
Sure.
More than it hurt anybody else.
Right.
Because that was the thing that started like people going, oh, why are you trying to replace? It started hate.
It hurt you.
That didn't have anything to do with me and was not founded in any part of reality whatsoever.
But the show was huge. I mean, everyone was talking about Mind Mencia.
Oh, yeah.
But let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Had it been after the Chappelle Show, and it would have been like the black perspective, the Latino perspective. This is the urban perspective.
ABC's doing it now with Modern Family, Off the Boat, and Blackish. Literally.
I would have, instead of getting 2.3 million viewers at the best, we would have got 4 million. It would have been. Plus, there would have been no haters.
Yeah.
The only haters would have been people that don't like the show, but it would not have been predicated on we love Chappelle.
Right.
Why is this guy?
Put you in a bad spot.
So it was tough for me.
Interesting.
In that respect. But
Damn.
but look, that's what I don't like doing in Hollywood, right? Let me tell you how bad it was for me during that whole time.
Right.
I was poor, and then I made millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Come on. My mother has a house now. You know what I mean? You can't complain about stuff
Take it
like
with a grain of salt.
Take it with a grain of salt.
How much time do you have? Do you have one more segment, or do you got to
Sure.
run?
No, let's do it.
All right, very good. Okay, hey, Carlos Mencia.
I'm in, bro.
Yeah. Carlos Mencia is going to be at the Improv.
We finally get to work together.
He's going to be at the Improv all weekend long, so you want to go check him out for sure. It's the Improv on International Drive. You'll love it. And remember, you can watch what's going on now if you go to Monsters.fm. We're live on our YouTube channel, which you guys will love. You're listening to the Monsters of the Morning.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
When I was a kid, I had this nightmare that my mom would walk into my room and she slowly transformed into like an
platform. And then here's the problem. I would say, guys,
and we're
I got to talk about this. Right?
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
Okay, fine. When you get a chance.
The president, Herzog, at the time was like, Carlos, I get your frustration.
Yeah.
A, this has nothing to do with us.
Right.
But B, he might come back. So just hang on.
Yeah.
And hope for the best.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
hope and
They didn't know.
we
They
kept
didn't know. Yeah.
we kept hoping that it would come back, that it would do something different.
Yeah.
And it just never got to that place. And so we couldn't even talk about it.
We got one more second.
You had no way to vote.
See, today,
you jumped on Twitter and you would have been like, blah, 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 blah.
I would have, my first episode would have been like, okay, people, let me just explain what happened. A year ago, Comedy Central said, you're going on and you're going out with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
I'm on here. I'm grateful for the opportunity, but I wish that I was on with Dave Chappelle because it would be a dream to work with that guy. And then I would have looked in the camera and be like, Dave, whatever you're doing, please come back for me. I don't care what it is, do it for me. And it would have been funny, but it would have let all the audience know.
Yeah, what the situation
hey guys,
was. Yeah.
I'm not a replacement.
Yeah.
This isn't, because most people don't understand. So most people just went, wait a minute. Dave Chappelle was supposed to air in January, and now some dude named Carlos Mencia is airing.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is this a replacement show?
Totally. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, how could you not think that? Honestly, if you didn't have any information, and then that
you
was
can't, because there is no way
that would have been shot.
We would have been able to create a show
But bro, they don't
in
understand
1 to 2
production.
months. It doesn't work that way.
People don't understand
It
production.
takes first of all, it takes 6 to 8 weeks of writing.
Of course. But
just to come up with the ideas for the
person that's
first
gonna
show.
bitch about that, the person that's gonna bitch and make a comment or say something, has no understanding of production. They don't understand how long it takes to do shit. They're like, it's there and it's there.
But they don't understand my pain, dude. Do you know what I'm saying?
I could only
the
imagine
pain of somebody saying, okay, who's the hottest chick in the world? Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You get to fuck Charlize Theron. What? I get to bang Charlize Theron?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
loves
And
you.
she's
and
on
I'm gonna
ecstasy.
bang you, right?
And she's on ecstasy.
And she's on Molly. Oh my God, she's on Molly. I get to bang her on Molly. And then you show up and it's like, well,
It was
she's
cocaine,
not
actually.
here, but you know some lady named Kathy Bates? No! I don't want to pay Kathy Bates. She's on Molly. I don't want to pay Kathy Bates on Molly.
But you have to. It's contract.
It was like that, and it hurt.
Oh man, I can
It was
only
tough,
imagine, man.
and I got defensive, and it was hard. You know, you're young, bro, and you're. I would have handled it completely differently today.
Yeah, I've done that.
But you know what? I'm glad all that stuff happened because I'm in a much better place.
Yeah.
Mentally.
It seems like it, man. It seems like
Much better place.
you're happier.
It was it was it was tough to go for these, and you just get to a good place in time. And,
When did you get married? How long have you been married?
I've been married for 15 years.
Okay.
But we've been living together for 20.
A lot of times a woman will help change your attitude, change your.
Oh, she tried.
Oh yeah.
And she couldn't.
Yeah.
She couldn't because it was.
Yeah,
it was
good.
like here's the thing.
It used to be a little bit.
When I started doing stand up when I was 20.
Right.
So, see that,
So
this,
everything I've ever done as an adult
right?
is
so like
attached to
electrical outlet,
performing.
something like
Right,
that.
right,
So
right.
maybe we can angle it
You know
a
what
little
I'm
bit more
saying?
this
Yeah.
way.
Now,
You know.
Who I am is not predicated on how I perform or who that guy is.
Right.
But it's always been a huge part of me.
And I'm sure there was a time it was hard to
Yes.
separate those two. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard now because every time somebody sees me, you know, like my birth name is Ned. So all my friends call me Ned. Everybody calls me Ned.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so we'll be out, you know. Last night after the show, I was hungry. And so we went to a local tavern. And, you know, these guys were like, Ned. And then somebody goes, who's Ned? Because that's Carlos Mencia. And I'm like, so now I can't just be like, hey guys, I gotta be like, hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? You gotta turn on the switch for these people. Because at the end of the day, if you don't, first of all, it's their moment, not mine.
Right.
You give them a minute and they're happy, and that's cool. Sometimes they're dicks about it, but you let it go. but you know it. You know the way it is.
Yeah, I mean,
people want you to be on, and they don't understand.
Yeah.
We have a switch.
Right. Yeah.
There's a switch that we turn on to become entertainers.
Yeah. We've been in the same market for 25 years,
Right.
and to separate the two really is almost impossible for me because this is really who I am.
Right.
You know, so it's really weird. Yeah,
Right.
I know exactly.
But when you're in public, there's an entertainment aspect.
Hey, welcome back to the Monsters Mornings on Real Radio 104.1. We're live on our YouTube channel. Go to monsters.fm, and we're live with Carlos Mencia today, who will be in the Improv all weekend long. Jeff Howell is here as well. You got Savannah, Carlos, and Angel all here today. And we asked Carlos Mencia to stay for one more segment. I want to talk about your special that you're getting ready to put out. Now, are you going to do it? Is it on Netflix, or will it be?
You know what? Showtime and Netflix, they are interested. But I just went, you know what? I'm not going to. I've waited. Last year, I shot a really cool special. Yeah. It was at my buddy's place. It seats 90 people. I've done, arenas, huge theaters. I've done like every level, but I'd never done something intimate like that. And so I said, let's do it. And when I did it, everybody, my managers, my agents, says, "Oh man, you haven't done one in 4 years. That's not what you want to come out with. You don't want to come out with something small. People are going to think blah, blah, blah."
You lost it, kid.
Yeah, so I canned it, and it bothered me, and it's like stuck in my craw for an entire 14 months since I recorded it. Yeah. Because now I'm like, there's material on that I'll never do again. Right. That was really, really funny. I mean, it was really funny. It was stuff that was about then, but it was, and now I can't do it. And even right now, I can't put it out and go, I wrote this about a year ago, so I put it in perspective. It just doesn't work.
Seinfeld just did his comeback one with the small room at the Improv.
Also, Chappelle.
And Chappelle was a small room.
Right. So, but this was like
before that.
Before any of these.
Yeah.
So this time, they were like, hey, we're negotiating. I said, you know what? I'm going to pay for my own. And you guys want to buy it, then buy it. And that's fine. And so that's what I'm doing. My problem is I have 2 1.5-hour sets right now. Like 2 really solid 1.5-hour sets. And one of them is about stuff that's going on, a lot about immigration. And then the other one is a lot about how we raise kids and the way that affects everybody. Yeah. And they're 2 separate ones. And I'm just like, I'm racking my brain on which one.
Does anybody help you with that? What's your process with eliminating jokes? Do you have is it your wife? Is it your writing partner? How does that work for you? I'm always fascinated by this.
I get people that give me advice, but at the end of the day, here's the sad part. It's not that you trust your gut. I'm my worst critic.
Oh, really? Yeah,
nobody. And I don't look at it in that way. There's nobody that's going to tell me. Like, I know what I intend to do when I tell a joke. Exactly. I know when it works 100% or 90% or 80%. I just know what the reaction is going to be. And how to get from point A to point B. I know this. And so I ask people on the outside because there are times when you think you're saying one thing. Like, that's the one thing I've learned in couples therapy. You got to listen. If you've been married for over 5 years, go to couples therapy.
Right.
Because what you learn in couples therapy is as a man, about 60% of what you say and you think your partner took a certain way, she took the complete opposite way.
Oh, yeah. Deeper.
Dude, I find myself making these faces of like, how could you think that? Why would you even? I would never feel that. Yeah. And it was like, but no, when you said that, I thought, it's like, oh my God, that is like the total wrong thing. You were in the bathroom. You told me that you were going to get this specific meal. So when the waiter came, I just said, I know what you want, so I ordered for you. And, yeah, but what does that mean? That now I don't have a choice in this? Are you serious? Like, what?
Yeah. They're Buffalo Bites. They're Buffalo Bites.
Exactly. And then after, dude, I swear to God, it was about buffalo wings. I'm not even kidding you, dude. It was about buffalo, because she's like, because when I was in the bathroom, I thought, well, maybe I don't want the hot. Maybe I want the lemon pepper.
The lemon pepper is good.
Yeah. We're fighting over the lemon pepper.
Yeah.
And so you learn that. So it's good to have people kind of watch you and say, hey, this feels aggressive. This doesn't feel aggressive. This, that
so you
kind
have that
of
with
stuff.
your comedy.
That overall stuff. And that's my openers. Yeah. So the guys that have been watching me perform for a long time, I kind of rely on them for that. So last night I did a set, and it was a lot about Trump, what's going on, immigration, and it was about an hour and 15 minutes long. I need to get it to about 105. but there's this really great bit that I need to put in there that's about 10 minutes long. So I got to figure out how to do it. This is great. It's really great about being a wingman and how men and women are different. It's really awesome.
You got to go see him at the Improv. Once again, I'm going to tell you, one of the things I love about when you come in is you can just come in and talk to us. You're not doing the material. You're talking to us, and you're funny. I appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate that, man.
You're a fun guest to have, because we have some comics that come in and they can only do their bits.
They only do their bits, or they can't talk.
Or they can't talk.
And that drives me nuts.
Dave Chappelle.
Or isn't it the worst? Isn't the worst the guys that come in and actually are like, I don't do my bits, I just want to talk, and then it's like they're not funny, and you're like, wait a minute. Do you think we care about what you think? Like, you're here to be entertaining. Entertain, monkey. Entertain.
Thank you.
So I'm glad that you see that I'm a monkey and I accept it.
We're all monkeys here.
We're all monkeys.
We're all monkeys.
A chicken on a hot plate. All right, it's Carlos Mencia at the Improv. Pleasure seeing you again, buddy.
Love you guys, man.
When we come back, we've got the guy that drives Maximum Destruction.
I know, I just
Dude,
met
he was wearing the thing and he walked by me and I went, that's a monster truck. That's a monster truck.
It's time for war next segment.
Tom Meets is here, the driver of Maximum Destruction. So we'll talk to him when we come back. You're listening to the Monster of the Morning.